watching AlphaWulfTacticalities, where tactical doesn't always mean technical. This is the Wolfman, and just got off work. If you happen to hear a whining noise, my power steering is going out. I need a new rack and pinion, so just ignore that. Now, basically, what I'm going to talk about in this video is, since I'm still feeling the effects from my MMA training yesterday, something I'm starting to get back into after being dormant for about a better part of a year after a car accident. One of the questions that I hear a lot is, if you know martial arts, which you'll come to learn about me, I am actually trained in the classical, original, traditional martial arts, Taekwondo, Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, etc. People ask me, if you know that stuff, then why carry a gun? And I get that a lot from the martial artist community as well. But the way that I look at it is, it takes a lot less muscle to pull the trigger than it does to do it another way. But besides that, there's also the fact of, you know, like I am today, I'm sore and really can't move. And, you know, if it was just me, then I wouldn't mind using martial arts instead of a firearm. But I also have my wife, who is actually pregnant at the moment, and my 6-year-old stepdaughter. And the easiest way to take care of them is the way that I'm going to choose. So I actually carry a Glock 26 on average. I normally carry it in a shoulder holster to and from work, which I'll do a review on that, and the Uncle Mike's holster that it's in right now later. I'll go ahead and put a link. And sorry about cutting off, I'm driving at the moment, and it is after work traffic. But anyway, back to the original discussion. Let's say there's a situation where you might be injured, and it's always good to have a backup plan. The use of non-lethal defense would be a whole lot better in 90% of cases, because you wouldn't have to deal with the aftermath, the legalities. But that being said, there are times when using a firearm or other means of lethal defense that just work better. I mean, I don't care how good you are, you're not going to kick someone from 20 foot away if they have a firearm. But martial arts and firearms actually kind of go hand in hand the way that I teach my defense classes. Weapon defense, weapon retention, and martial arts just kind of helps with that. So one of the things that I'm trying to get started up is a class combining the two. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, there are times, basically it just boils down to always have a backup plan, because something could happen and you could be injured. My martial arts all focus mostly on lower body, Taekwondo being the main. So if something was to happen and I was to, I don't know, get a shot to the leg, have some kind of damage to the leg, then that cuts out probably 60 to 70% of my ability. So, you know, I like to say, crap happens, it's good to always have toilet paper. The firearm in this case being the toilet paper. So don't get caught with your pants down. But I keep kind of getting off topic, saying I'm sorry about that. But that's basically what I'm trying to say, is the firearm, it doesn't matter how much you know, it's always good to have a backup plan. And I stress that. A lot of people also frown on backup guns. I actually carry a North American Arms 22 Derringer, the 22 Magnum. So, you know, like I said, it's always good to have a backup plan, and you'll hear me say that often, because it's always true. I have fought multiple opponents, not at the same time, but just before, I have fought armed opponents. And at those times, it was just knives. So there really wasn't the need for a gun, but versus somebody else with a gun, if they're more than arm's length away, I would prefer to have a firearm, at least for nothing else, to even the odds. And again, if something were to happen, I have that backup plan, and it just makes it easier to keep my wife and my children's safety at the front, because that's the main goal of anyone carrying a firearm, is the protection of you and your loved ones. Now, that being said, I would suggest that if you don't have any traditional martial arts experience, go get some. There's places all over America to get traditional training. Just try to steer away from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, things like that, which I'm not saying they're bad, but they're more of a sport rather than an art. The creator of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'm sure, will be one of the first to tell you, from what I've heard, that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a sport and not a defensive art. Now, I'm not telling you not to go out and learn it, because I'm actually working on that now, just to kind of add to what I already know. It is a great supplement, and it is good to give you something to do, but don't rely on martial sports, as I like to call them, rather than martial arts. If you want something, I don't really want to say effective, because, you know, martial sports are effective if you know how to use them. But if you want something that was bred for the main purpose of self-defense, then study something along the lines of Shotokan, Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo. The list goes on. Just make sure that you learn from a reputable instructor. That way you're not taught wrong, because in a situation like that, it could possibly kill you. But, well, I am pulling into the house now, so I'll go ahead and cut this video off. It's nice talking to all of you, and this is it's going to be either my first or one of my first videos, so you can definitely look forward to hearing more from me. But this is the Wolfman signing out. Remember, crap happens. It's always good to have toilet paper. I'm the